the possibility of Funimation Entertainment being bought by Universal or Sony. Intro start.
BDUB, the anime master. BDUB, the anime master. BDUB, the anime master. BDUB, the anime master. Dragon Ball Z, the anime master. Here we go, the anime master. Dragon Ball Z, the anime master. Here we go, the anime master.
So, this news was released about a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks. I did want to talk about it a while ago, but I've just been incredibly busy with some behind the scenes stuff, but I digress. Funimation was solicited, some information, or I guess a bid to buy the company. Universal expressed interest into buying the company, but they declined. But Sony came out and said that they were trying to buy the company, but we don't know if they, were successful or not. Just the news itself that Funimation is being bidded on as a whole, as a company as a whole, is some interesting news. Now, there are some pros and cons to this current information. Now, let's talk about the pros first. The pros. Funimation will have the ability, if they're bought out by Sony, because Universal declined, if they're being bought by Sony, as they purchased Funimation Entertainment, the whole company, then Funimation will have more money to get, more expensive licenses from the Japanese license holders, and they'll have more money to expand their market even more onto super duper mainstream levels. Funimation is pretty much more mainstream than it was about a decade ago. It might even help with like production costs and such, like DVD, Blu-ray authoring and etc., better limited edition packaging, and any type of Japanese company red tape that may come Funimation's way when they're trying to secure something or release something and etc. Now, the cons, which is the major part. A conglomerate company like Sony buying Funimation is a horrible fucking idea. And here's one of the reasons of the cons. Now, them buying Funimation, they're going to make Funimation change some of their rules, how they do things, etc. It might get to a point where Sony may take over some of the divisions, maybe the social media divisions and etc., or social media marketing areas, and it might become a situation where when Warner Brothers had the rights to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Season 1 and 2, or Part 1 and Part 2, and their release for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was absolutely dreadful. It was slapped on, I believe, like very cheap DVDs with cheap menus. There was no Japanese subtitles. The subtitles was like, closed caption subtitles with the sound effects and shit. And, the video quality wasn't that great. The only good thing that came out of the Warner Brothers JoJo release was the English dub. Besides that, that JoJo release is known as a piece of fucking garbage, Another interesting thing I want to point out as far as a con is that some of these companies who are not really into producing, distributing, and releasing anime don't really know what the fuck they're doing. And when they try to, get into the anime market like Warner Brothers did, they failed miserably. Same thing with Anchor Bay. They had fucked up some of the Ghost in the Shell Blu-rays and etc. subtitle issues, fucked up syncing dub audio, all kinds of fucking problems. And so when a big company like Sony or Universal wants to buy an anime company, a niche anime company, it can create problems depending on how things are divided as far as divisions and how they're going to, release their products. Sony could easily just buy Funimation and let them do their thing and they just get their cut of the fucking pie. But something screams to me that if they were to buy Funimation for over $100 million, for an example, they're going to want to try to get their hands in how they release and distribute anime, and that would be a terrible move. It might get to a point where, going back to the Anchor Bay situation with the Ghost in the Shell Blu-rays, where, people were complaining about the Blu-rays and they were shutting down the social media and blocking people, and it was just like a fucking mess. I don't want Funimation to turn into that. When there's an issue with a Funimation product, they have a help section and a help Twitter page and etc. People let them know about fuck-ups and stuff like that, and they try to go back and fix it and do corrected DVDs and Blu-rays and etc. So if a big company tries to take over and be like, nah, as long as we're making money, it don't matter if people complain about the product. It's kind of like that major fear a lot of us have that a big company takes over an anime company like Funimation or Viz Media or etc., and they just fuck everything up, And not to mention the most scariest con of all, if this were to happen, I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen, and I'll get to that. I'll get to why I think it's not going to happen, a Funimation buyout. One of the scariest cons is prices. The prices will fucking skyrocket, Kind of like Aniplex of America prices. Funimation box sets being like 90 to 150 bucks for a 13 episode series on Blu-ray. Ridiculous. Or DVD only releases and all this bullshitting around and shit. It's going to be insane, you know. That's another great con that could possibly happen if Funimation is bought by a huge company like Sony or Universal, etc. One of the reasons why I think that, you know, this Funimation buyout is not going to happen is because I just don't see it happening. Funimation is doing pretty well on their own, especially with the recent Crunchyroll partnership. They partnered with Crunchyroll, so I don't really see any reasons to get bought out and no longer be a private company, because right now Funimation is pretty much private. Why would they need to be bought out by another company? Funimation was bought by Navarre Corporation back in 2005. That lasted until 2011, 2005 until 2011, and they became a private company in 2012 as of today. So I think Funimation is pretty much doing well on their own. They don't need that big wig money from Universal or Sony or any other big company that's trying to buy them. I think, you know, the Crunchyroll partnership and Funimation making their own moves is just a better overall thing for us anime fans. A lot of these big companies don't know how to put out anime releases or really good anime releases. They're really terrible with it. They're really terrible with, you know, putting out a proper product, especially you subtitle fans out there. You subtitle fans get fucked over the worst with either no subtitles or the closed caption subtitles, like no accurate, true subtitle tracks at all, you know what I'm saying? And that's going to be a shame. And a lot of these companies don't understand anime fans. They don't understand how nitpicky we can be as anime fans from time to time. And it would just be a fucking huge mess if that were to happen. But like I said, I just don't see this shit happening anytime soon. I just don't see it, you know? So that was my ramble. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think it's a good idea for Funimation or any anime company to be bought out by a, you know, huge conglomerate company like Sony or Universal or fucking Lionsgate or some shit like that? Let me know in the comment section below. Check out my Facebook fan page. Leave a like. Follow me on Twitter. Links are in the description. Check out my social media to stay updated for upcoming videos. And that's about it. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment, share. You know the deal. I'm BDUBTheAnimeMaster. Stay tuned for more anime, manga, and video game related videos. Peace.
Dragon Ball Z, the anime